Hello and welcome back to another live stream therapy session where I talk about whatever I want. And today's topic is trip to the ER because not to worry anyone, everything turned out fine. I'm fine, I'm well. But on Thursday night I just was not feeling well. I had a cough, a runny nose, a headache. My body hurt, and my body has been hurting for a long time. And I've had other issues throughout the last year or so of just like digestion problems and um, depression a lot and anxiety and um, everything just like built up and um, just not feeling well at all. And I um, was reading about my lithium levels, and then I was reading that it could be a symptom of low lithium could be kidney disease. And I looked up the symptoms and signs of kidney disease, and then I was like, what if I have kidney disease and I just don't know it? And all these symptoms that I've been unwell have just been like all this time, just having something major wrong with like my kidneys or something. So I asked my mom to take me to the emergency room because one, I wasn't feeling well, and then another was I was just hoping that they could give me some answers um about if I do actually have something more serious going on. Thank Jesus Christ. I hope you are fine. Thank you, I'm fine. Um, Spoiler alert, I'm fine. But I went to the ER, told them all my symptoms and how I've been not feeling well for a long time, and they um asked me a bunch of questions, and um I told them that my lithium was low and that I would like that to be checked, and I told them that I think that it's a possibility that something could be wrong with my kidneys, and I told them all my symptoms, that I was feeling bad throughout my whole body, digestion issues, a cold, depression, anxiety, and all those symptoms mixed together. And I just was concerned about my kidneys. And then they admit me, and um, they do a COVID test, they do my temperature and blood pressure, and they do blood work, and then they didn't do the lithium because they only check the lithium if you're already on the medication lithium. So that's a complete overlook by them. But whatever. I plan on getting on lithium the next time I speak to my psychiatrist. He kind of already knows about it, and I was just trying to do supplements first and see if that works, and it didn't. So next time on the 27th, I'm telling him, hey, I want to be on lithium. And so they do all the tests. They get a chest x-ray for my lungs, and like 3 or 4 hours go by, and I'm like laying down, sleeping, and there's like this guy watching me, and I'm like, oh goodness, like it was awkward, and I felt out of place. Like every time I go to a hospital or a emergency room or a crisis center or a mental hospital, I feel so out of my element, like out of my mind kind of. And so I decided to fall asleep because it was Thursday night and I was like really tired from the day, and I had already been crying because um, something with my boyfriend. It was just like a miscommunication of like what we want in the immediate future or the long term future. So it was like not talked about and needed to be talked about, but then he like kind of ghosted, so I was crying. You look so sad. What up, honey? I'm trying to tell you. Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Um, so I had already been crying and then my head was hurting and it wasn't going away. I took aspirin before I went and my head was just really hurting. So they, once I was in admitted, or like in the holding area, they gave me Tylenol to help with my headache and pain, and that seemed to help. And I was able to like fall asleep on the chairs that they had there. They didn't have me in a bed yet. They just had me in a holding room where they kind of help you, but not exactly admitted into the hospital yet. And so I just like was laying there sleeping, waiting for results. And finally, the doctor that was helping the other doctor who was in training, she came by and told me that everything with my kidneys looks good. And I was like so scared. Before I was like, man, I really don't want to have something wrong with my kidneys. I really don't want to have like chronic kidney disease. And but I did want to make sure that like rule that out, that it's not that that's causing me so much like, but but she came by and she told me your kidneys look good, and they didn't test the lithium because I'm not on lithium. And then they said we're just gonna get your um um I don't know what it's called, but when you exit the hospital release, I don't know, like the forms that they give you to let you out of the hospital. Have to, I think I had to sign something. I'm not sure, but they let me go, and my mom picked me up, and then I went home at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then I went straight to bed, and I slept 1 or 2 morning. So Thursday night or Friday morning, 1 o'clock Saturday morning. And that's why I didn't stream yesterday. Because I had a surprise trip to the ER. Um, but yeah, I got good sleep at least, and my boyfriend didn't know what was going on really because like he kind of like stopped talking to me a little bit before I went to the ER, um and then I fell asleep, and he like said good morning and then sent a picture, and then when I woke up this morning I said I went to the ER, and then we've been talking today. Um but yeah, everything everything is fine according to the test, but I think there's like more to it. I think once I get on lithium, then I'll know from there is like if it's like actually gonna help me or if there's something more. I keep on searching and researching and like going into different ideas of health, and I just want there to be more. Like I want there to be like an optimal way of living. I feel like that this is not the optimal way of living. I just feel so anxious and scared and depressed and anxiety, just constant pain. I think there's gotta be a better way. Like, there's gotta be there's gotta be something that helps. Like, after so many years of research and trying to figure all this stuff out, like, but maybe it's just like cancer where you just have to um do, like kill it with chemo or radiation, and that's basically making you feel awful, and that's how you get rid of it. But this is a little bit like that where you have it and then you have to like kill it with medication, and that gets rid of it, but you still have all the bad symptoms of the medication, and it sucks. Like, that really really sucks. But um sometimes that's how life is. um Not to be a Debbie Downer, but it's hard having health problems. And today I went to a presentation at my parents' church, and it was interesting. I've never been to one. Um, Purity rings are a thing, and it's funny because I've always known about purity rings, and like my dad has never. Okay, I'm just gonna stop right there. I've I've always known about purity rings. So when I was younger, I got like a ring to wear on my right hand because I didn't want it to be so obvious that like on my left hand I'm trying to be pure or be better than everyone else, because no one else in my churches wore one. So I always just wore one on my right hand, and like I wore one and it was valid for a long, long, long time. And now I wear a ring to say, oh, I'm gonna try to do the right thing and the best thing, um, and trying to be better, trying to be a good person in general. I think purity is a lot of different things, and it's like a broad spectrum of what you can do for the Lord and everything like that. So that's why I wear a ring like this on my right hand. Um, but yeah, it was very interesting. It's similar to like quinceañera because the church is in like a Mexican church now, and she wears a really pretty big ball gown. Good evening, Art of War. Nice to hear. Fine. Nice to hear you are good. Yes. She wore like a really pretty ball gown, and it felt kind of like Bridgerton, where they're like presented to the queen, but they're just presented to the stage, and then the preacher talks about things in the Bible about being pure and godly and all this stuff. Sorry, good evening. Good evening. And like, I think it's good, but also not a lot of people have that type of community around them to like really keep that promise. So, different way of living, I guess. 9:06 p.m. in Ohio. It is 6:07 p.m. here. And not a lot of people have a little lunatic house that they can live in and do whatever they want and talk to whoever they want online. So we're all doing something different. um, no, I shouldn't call it that. It's not a lunatic house. It's a therapy art house. Put it in nice words, Chloe. But yeah, I was telling one of the ladies who visited for the presentation during lunch, I was telling her that I have a mental health ministry on YouTube. And that's kind of like my goal in here is like with these therapy sessions to like talk to you guys, but also like talk about God and talk about like things that you guys are interested in, like your comments and stuff. Hi, do you remember me? I think so, MRM. But like yesterday, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, there was this person, they were talking about asking about self-harm, and I hope that I gave good advice. But I just told them to talk to someone who they can trust, who they feel that won't judge them, but everyone judges, but still, like, if you trust them, then you feel comfortable with them, and also don't do it, but also ask yourself, like, why you're doing it, and, yeah, I hope that was the right advice, but I'm not a therapist, so anything you hear from me is strictly just conversation, friendly advice. Do you reply on Instagram to DMs? Sometimes. But yeah, my goal on here is just to get other people to interact with me and also tell my story and to be a light for Jesus. Talking about mental health and things that people go through and different illnesses. I've seen a lot of different types of illnesses being in the hospital. I've tried to help a lot of people by just talking or being there. And sometimes, like, they've helped me a lot. And you guys have helped me sort out my thoughts in interacting with me. So I think all around, this is a good thing. That's what I think. What about you guys? I was a little worried at first that because I told the assistant doctor that I have schizoaffective disorder, but it's under control with medication called Zyprexa. Told them how much I take and that I have depression and anxiety, and she came back and she asked, how long has it been since you've been hospitalized? And I said it's been 4 or 5 years. Woohoo, my 5th year anniversary is this coming year. New Year's. So I was a little worried. I was like, they might take me in again, and I did not want to go. So I was just like telling myself, just act normal, just act not like scared, or just cooperate with them, whatever they want to do. So I was a little bit out of my element and just a little bit scared of going in, but I knew I wanted to get the results about the kidneys done fast because what I do is like I worry if I think of something and I think it might be a problem and I don't know, then I worry until it gets done, until the results come. So I knew like how scared I was going in um, about the idea because like all the symptoms seemed to be there about kidney disease and everything. So I was like, definitely like need to get this checked out. So I begged my mom to take me. She did, and just cooperated with them and got what I needed, the results, and it came back good, good news, no kidney disease. So mission accomplished, mission accomplished. And then I went home and slept it off. I feel a little better. Hi. I feel a little better, especially after sleeping for so long. Um, and I missed an important date. But I think I would have just fallen apart even more if I had been awake for it. Um, it was hard. Even waking up knowing that the date has passed. Um, but we're getting through. I love your hair. Thank you. Thanks. I like my hair too. I'm healing my hair with Monet shampoo and conditioner. My best, or one of my friends, is a sales lady for Monet, and she got me to buy a whole system of it. So my hair is getting nice. It's falling out, but that's okay. That's the healing process, and it's really nice. Yeah. Things are interesting lately. Interesting to say the least. Yeah, so I even called my boss like Thursday night after I got home. I was like, I went to the ER all night and my head hurt and my stomach hurt and my body ached, and I told her that I can't come into work. But hopefully that I'll feel better on Monday. And so I'm going back to work on Monday. Taking Sunday off as a rest day. Well, I already have Sunday off of work, but like Sunday off of streaming because I always do rest days on Sundays. No streams. Usually one short or more. Last Sunday I did 3 shorts. And tomorrow I'll probably do like 1. You are pretty. Thank you. That's so nice. My schedule is stream Monday through Saturday and do at least 1 short every day after streaming, and then on Sunday 1 or more shorts. So I've been doing a lot of YouTube. I've been trying to get those hours up so that I can monetize and do this more full time. That's my dream anyways. I like it. It's fun. I like telling people things. I can't keep a secret, really. It's a problem. I can keep other people's secrets pretty well, but my own, I literally have to word vomit everything I do or say or think or feel or anything about myself all the time. Like, I have so many secrets that I can tell about other people, but for myself, if I feel or say or do or think or want to do something, it's gonna come out. But other people, if you do something around me or say something around me, usually it's not going to very many people. So that's good. I can keep a secret, but not my own. If you tell me not to say something, I don't say it. But if it's something that I know is okay to talk, then I say it. And then anything I myself. That's why people think I'm so selfish sometimes, is because I'm constantly talking about myself, my feelings, my this, my that, my medicine, my dogs, my cat, my dog and my cat. I talk about everything that I'm doing or saying or thinking or feeling, and then people think I'm really selfish. Can't help it. I can't hold it in. I have no secrets. I'm an open book. But yeah. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. Please don't embarrass me. Like, even my boyfriend, I don't tell his secrets. Like, I'll tell like little things like that I'm maybe like feel like, oh, maybe we'll break up over this, and I'll think, oh my goodness, like, have to tell this because it's like so crazy or whatever. And then I tell it, and then I'm like, oops, maybe I shouldn't have said that much, but it's not a lot anyways. Like the one live stream where I'm like, I thought I was free, where I thought he said something like he didn't want to be with me or whatever. And then I was like, why have you been stringing me along? And then he's like, no, I just thought I shouldn't have not called you. I mean, I should have been calling you more or whatever. I just joined. Why were you in the ER? I hope you're okay. I love your live streams. Thank you, Catherine. I was in the ER because I thought maybe I had kidney disease, but they did test and I was clear. Like, nothing was wrong. But I thought I had kidney disease because I had a lot of symptoms of the so low lithium, for one thing, is related to kidney disease. Y'all know how I have low lithium. I've said it like a million times already, like within the last week. And then I was like, okay, I have those symptoms of nausea, digestion issues, body aches, like all this stuff. So I was like, maybe I have kidney disease. And I was so scared to get the results, but they came back good. Like, I don't have it. So I'm happy about that. Oh, I'm so glad you're okay. Yes. Yes. Crisis averted. And I was like really sick anyways, like with a cold. I'm still got it. But I have really sick with a cold, and then I was like, my body hurts and my head hurts and aspirin wasn't helping and all this stuff. So I was like, maybe they can do something. Maybe if it's something big like kidney disease, they can figure it out and help me. And they gave me Tylenol, And they didn't find anything wrong, so they just released me. Let's hope I'm okay. I got a concussion today. I'm so sorry. That's not good. How did you get a concussion? I hope you're okay too. I fell while doing a handstand. Oh no! That sounds so painful. Ouch. I'm sorry. Did you go to the doctor? You should go to the doctor because that doesn't sound good. Just to get it checked out. I always wait until the last minute until it's like an emergency or I think something's really wrong. So that's not a good idea either. Yeah, they asked me to spell my last name backwards, and let's just say I did not spell it right. Can I even do that? My last name's Stanley. Yeldnats. I can do it. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. Did they give you anything or have you do anything or get any tests for your concussion? How was your day? It was good. I went to a presentation at church with my parents, and it was interesting. I've never been to one. Very, very interesting. They just told me to rest. They told you to sleep. Usually they don't tell you to go to sleep. To rest is different, I guess. That's good though. Just rest. But yeah, I've had a couple of crazy days and yeah, a big event at the ER. Yeah. But I watched the rest of Bridgerton this morning. They just told me to rest. Bridgerton was so good. It was so good. Oh my goodness. Like, so good. So good. It was the last few episodes. And, have you seen Young Sheldon? Yes. I've seen it with my mom. But like Bridgerton, that's a good show. So well put together. I like Bridgerton because like it's like the girl who's writing the column for the show, the gossip column, column that like everyone gets. She's like doing work and putting herself out there and being paid for it and all this stuff, and like I think that's really similar to what I'm doing. Like the guy she's with didn't know about her writing until way later in the show, and he would make comments like no one would marry her, no one would want her because she does this and all that. And I'm like thinking, I have to go, but stay amazing. I'll go watch Bridgerton. Yay. But I'm thinking, like, bye, see you later. And thinking, like, my future husband's probably going to be like, or whoever's watching this is probably like, no one's going to marry her. She does this crazy therapy sessions on her YouTube channel, live streams every day. No one's going to want that. And I'm like, I got a boyfriend who supports it, so joke's on them. Hello. Like, my boyfriend supports my YouTube channel because he's happy with whatever I want to do, whatever I want to put my mind to. Like, he even supports like my work as a phlebotomist, and he thinks that I shouldn't quit my job even though I want to quit my job. And I'm like, but I can do so many different other things and make the same amount of money, and I would be happier because it'd be more variety and I wouldn't feel stuck at a certain place. And he supports that too. And but he's just like, basically, just don't say anything terrible about your family or whatever. And I'm like, no, I've done this for 10 years. Like, I know what to say, what not to say. Like, sure, I can slip up a little bit and like almost say something, but I am a professional and I've done this for a long time. So I just reassured him like nothing like that's gonna happen. And in Bridgerton, hello, how are you? I'm okay. How are you? In Bridgerton, like she does a lot of gossip of the different people in the ton, they call it. So it's a little different. I'm not a gossip column. I'm more of like, oh, this is what mental health feels like. This is what I experienced, and let's talk about your experiences too. So it's more more therapy than it is gossip. But yeah, there are lots of stories about different things. But I really like Bridgerton, and I really like Penelope and Colin. They're a good couple. They're best friends. But yeah, I will leave you all with that. I will use these next 6 minutes to really dissect you now in our therapy session. Comment down below anything you would like to tell me. Or I'll just keep on talking. But yeah, like another thing that I really want to do that I am just like hoping that I can still grow my YouTube channel with is being a teacher's aide again for preschool. Not that I will be doing that on YouTube, but like I want to do that as like a side job, so that like I won't be on the road doing Uber all the time. I'll be in a classroom and working with kids like I really like to do again. Helping out the class and everything. So that's something that I'm very interested in still. I've kind of built my house on my income of being a teacher's aide. So that's kind of cool. And it's nice, it's fun to get into the classroom and like really get to know the kids. It's hard when you're a sub because like when you're a sub, you just like go from class to class to class. And sometimes there's long-term subs where you can stay for like a month or so. And it's fun really getting to know each kid and like their personalities and how they learn and everything. So that's another way of doing psychology, is just by observing and helping and guiding and teaching young children. So I think that's another calling that I have that I can continue. It's very interesting stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of things in my past that I've shared on here that kind of clash with that idea, but I'm not a criminal. I'm not like I don't have anything that I've done that hurts society. I've just struggled internally in my own mind, but that's a sickness, and I'm medicating and talking. So everything is all well, and I've done it throughout my adult life, teaching and teacher's aide and everything without any problem. So yeah, and I hope to have kids one day. Probably not like very soon because I'm still working out some things, but eventually I think Ryan and my timeline will meet up. We'll meet up in eventually, and we have similar views on the timeline. I was just kind of like anxious the other day and saying like, I want to be a married mother and I'm sorry you didn't understand that or whatever. But we don't have to get married right away. Like, he can take his time asking me and I will be just as happy. So that disagreement was nothing really. But that's all I have for you today. I will talk to you on Monday.